Ever since the success of the Kwid in India, there's been speculation galore about what Renault's next product would be. Would it be an SUV? Would it be a people carrier? Well, we don't need to speculate anymore. Last month, Renault revealed their latest product, and this is it, the Triber. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to drive it yet, but we're going to have a look at the detailed design of the Triber and what it offers in terms of practicality for Indian customers. Now, French companies have always been known for their design, and Renault's not different. Over its history, it's produced some radical cars, and I have to say, for a car that's sub 4 meters, the Triber is a really attractive design. It has a few aspects that are very unique. When you look at it in profile, actually it's one of the best balanced sub 4 meter cars that you can find, and it's got a nice touch. It's got this crossover come SUV kind of a look going, the plastic cladding here, the cladding on the doors, the big 15-inch wheels. It just gives the car quite a lot of presence. It makes it look very balanced, and despite being sub 4 meters, it doesn't stand out like out of proportion. The proportions look absolutely correct. Of course, coming to the front, the huge oversized Renault logo, that's always a trademark that's become even bigger in the car. I like the big headlights, and overall with the smattering of chrome and black and silver finishing and this attractive sort of a burnt yellow kind of a shade, I have to say the Triber looks quite attractive for what it is. Of course, one of the things really in fashion today are 3D car names, the lettering on the tailgate. And you can see even on the Triber, the 3D effect is quite well done, it's well finished, and it gives it a unique identity. I think these wraparound tail lamps also help, because the tailgate, if you look at it in its entirety, is quite big, but they break it up nicely. They don't make it look boring, they give it a nice balance. But one aspect of the design that I really like is how well the roof rails have been integrated. And what they hide is a very interesting aspect of design. You see, this is a double-stepped roof. It's got a further sort of rise up on the rear section to give the second and third row passengers more room. But because of the roof rails, it's been integrated very well and doesn't stand out. I think that's a great touch. As far as equipment levels are concerned, to keep up with the times, the Triber comes with this smart key that you can keep in your pocket to lock and unlock the car. If you walk away from the car without unlocking it, the key will recognize that and lock the car automatically. So I think that's a smart, practical touch. The interiors too have been upgraded compared to the last product, the Kwid. The quality is certainly improved. You get this big start-stop button here. You've got the normal AC controls. The 8-inch touchscreen display is quite nice. It has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. And I have to say the responsiveness of the screen, the design, that looks quite good. So that feels quite well done. Second thing, there's a lot of space. As you can see, there's a lot of headroom. The big glass house helps, so the cabin feels quite airy. And Renault's offering a lot of practical touches in the car. It's got 3 rows, seating for 7 people, theoretically. And they say they've got these easy fix seats which can give you a potential 100-seat combinations. That's something that's going to be very interesting in practical use. But also for the front seat, they have this great refrigerated compartment which you can use to store water or other drinks. And I tried it, it works quite well. You also get another 2 glove boxes here. So they've clearly seen family-based usage of the car, and the practicality touches are here to see. But the real sort of challenge is going to be what the 7-seater feels like being sub 4 meters. I'm going to get in the rear and the third row seat to figure out exactly for myself. In the second row seat, I have to say the amount of interior room is very impressive. As you can see, with the stepped roof, there's a lot of headroom. There's a lot of shoulder room. Again, the big glass house helps. I don't think it's really a 3-seater here, 2.5 maybe. 3 full-size adults would be a tight squeeze. But for the 2 adults sitting, the amount of leg space, head space, it's fantastic. Another thing that Renault's focused on, given it the family sort of use they project the Triber to be, it's got second row and third row AC, which for a small car of this size is phenomenal. So the fan control is here for me to use. And in effect, okay, we don't have enough time to test the AC, but it's a great practical touch to see that both the second and the third row passengers do get their own cooling. When I talked about the seats, as you can see, this rear bench can be moved front and rear. It's got a split seat, so instead of just folding on the full seat for added practicality, you can just fold this down and I'm going to get into the third row and figure out how it looks. Now, like I said, sub 4 meters, 3 rows of seating, there is a problem. If the second row is fully pushed back, then I can't get in. As you can see, my knee touches here. But I can push it forward and fit in. Overall, to be honest, this is not a place for full-size adults. 2 children, yes, they can fit in easily. But a full-size adult, no, this is not going to work. And second thing that's going to be a compromise is the fact that with all 3 rows in use, there is virtually no boot space left. So yes, you can enhance the practicality as Renault has done in a sub 4 meter platform, but ultimately size does have its limitations. On the contrary, Renault's offering this as a lifestyle vehicle. There are tons of accessories and options that they're going to offer. It does look good, and it's powered by a 1 litre 70 horsepower 96 Nm engine with the option of a manual and an automatic gearbox. So when it launches at the end of this month, it will be interesting to see how it fares and whether it's a value proposition for the young Indian millennial customer.